So today we are going to talk about equations. Does anybody know what an equation is? Okay, I hear a lot of extra talking, so y'all need to be quiet and listen, because when you get to one of these problems and you're going, what's an equation, and you don't know, it's because you weren't listening, okay? Okay, so she said that an equation is something you use with numbers in order to add, multiply, subtract, or divide. That is correct, but there is more to it than that. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I think an equation can also be is like equation can also be a word. It can be words and numbers and letters to do, and then it might have a little picture too.
Okay, so an equation can also use words or letters or
And pictures.
symbols, okay? I'm going to take one more.
Equations have words and numbers, but when you have an equation, most times when you write it down, you have next time you have two factors and one answer, sometimes you have three factors.
That's right. So, an equation is a statement that shows two mathematical expressions that are the same through an equal sign. So, listen, I'm going to show you. If I write this on the board, is that an equation?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
This is an expression.
Oh yeah.
An expression is just your problem. In order for it to be an equation, it has to have an equal sign. Okay? So if it does not have an equal sign, it is not an equation, because an equation has to have an answer. And so 2 times 2, what would your answer be?
4.
Good. Okay. So, let's take a look at our first problem. So if y'all will look at your sheet, if you want to, thank you. If you want to work this out on your paper, you can. Or if you want to work it out on your whiteboard to make sure that you work it out correctly and then transfer it to your paper, you can do it that way. Okay,
Or if you're like me and Kaylee, you can do it like this.
that's correct. So, let's take a look at our first problem. So our first problem states, Noah's family visits the Cahaba River. Solve the problems about Noah's visit to the river. Use a letter to represent the unknown in each problem. So basically what that means is, as you solve the problem for whatever you don't know, you're going to use a letter, and you're going to find what that letter equals. The sign below shows the information about canoe rides at the river. Canoe rides. Adult rides are $7, child rides are $4, and the canoe leaves every 15 minutes starting at 11 o'clock.
I literally went to Cahaba River like a week ago. They're spying on Noah and Coffee.
Okay, so we have read the problem, we have read the information that they have given us. What do we need to do first in order to solve this problem? Does anybody have any ideas? Yes, ma'am.
Break apart the 7s into 5 and 5s and 2.
That's good, but what's the very first thing you have to do before you deal with any of the numbers?
I've done 7 times 7, I put the dead up there, but equal is equals, and then write down 4 times 4.
But how did you get that information? How did you get all those numbers?
The tools by $7, the children by $4.
Right, so we needed to read the problem, which is what we did, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I want you to do in the next, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds, I want you to quietly turn to a partner and visualize in your head what you see. So like if you go to the river, what are you going to see at the river? What's it going to be like to be in the canoe? Quietly with your partner, okay? Okay, right back here. Now then, with your partner that you just talked with, I want you to talk about what this problem is asking. So, in your own words with your partner, discuss what this word problem is asking you to find.
Each of them.
Right. So Noah's family buys 2 adult tickets and 2 child tickets. I'm reading you the problem. Noah's family buys 2 adult tickets and 2 child tickets. How much does it cost to go on the canoe ride? So now that we've read it, discuss with your partner over the next 15 seconds in your own words what this problem is asking.
A lot of money. It costs an arm and a leg. For real.
So what is this problem wanting to know?
How much money is in all? How much money you have to pay in all?
How much money they have to pay in all?
Yes.
Right. All right, y'all, back here. So in this problem, they want to know how much money it costs for Noah's family to go on the canoe ride. So what information have we been provided that will help us solve this problem? Give me one thing.
Oh my God.
It says Noah's family buys 2 adult tickets and 2 child.
Hey, I need all of y'all to not talk. Think, pair, share, time is over. Okay? We need to listen. We're getting all the information that we need in order to solve this problem. That is a major part in solving word problems, is knowing what information you have to help you solve the problem. Okay?
It says, how much does it cost?
Okay, how many is all of them? Okay, so it lets us know that we're trying to find the cost for 4 people. Okay, what's something else that it gives us? Michael?
2 plus 2 or 2 times 2. It says it buys, Noah's family buys 2 adult tickets and 2 child tickets. So 2 plus 2 is 4.
But we're not finding out how many tickets we bought. What are we trying to find out?
The equation.
How much the tickets cost. So what's one thing they give us as far as how much? Look up.
How about Noah does it?
Hey, Miss Edith.
Noah, why don't you help him out? Give me one thing.
It says like the adult rides are $7 and the child rides are
Good. So it lets us know how much each ticket costs. So adult tickets cost $7 each, and children tickets cost $4 each. What else does this story problem tell us? What else does our information box tell us? Go back up to the box. So we've talked about how much they are. What else does it tell us? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Right. Right, it lets us know how often, me too, good. It lets us know how often the canoes leave at every 15 minutes starting at 11 o'clock. So, on your whiteboard at this point, I want you to write an equation of how you think you could solve this. That's fine if you've already done it, but go ahead and put it on your whiteboard for me too, okay? Remember, when you write your equation, for instance, if it was 2 plus 2, you would write 2 plus 2 equals X, or P. And then you would solve for that letter. Does that make sense? Instead of putting a question mark, you put a letter. So y'all quickly write me an expression for how you solved it.
For what? Number 4?
Number 1. Number 2, actually. The first problem. Noah's family buys 2 adult tickets.
You know what else is funny about that? You know
You
who
got
my,
marker on your pants? Yes.
you know who my name's know? They kind of call me a lot because literally, like last week, me and Elon, that's 2 child tickets, and my dad and my brother Braden, and he's 16, that's 2 adult tickets.
Well, if I'm completely honest with you,
Yes.
when I wrote all of these problems, I put y'all's names in them because I thought y'all would enjoy that.
Yes.
I thought it would relate it to y'all and that y'all would. So,
All it is Noah. This is only about Noah.
okay, well, I have another lesson to teach Friday and you have another sheet to do today.
Please put my name.
And my
Okay, so does everyone have an equation? I feel like there's a lot of talking going on and not enough writing of our equations.
I put equals H.
That's fine.
For how many? Plus 4 equals 11.
Okay, has everyone been able to write an equation for how they solved this? Okay, Raylan, do you want to tell me how you wrote your equation?
The first thing I did was I wrote 7 times 2 equals, I actually wrote the answer.
You wrote the answer, but what would you have written before you knew the answer? Pick any letter. R? You want to use R? Okay. And what was your answer?
My answer for 7 times 2 was 14.
Okay. And then what did you do?
Then I did 7 times 2 equals, this time I'm going to put A.
Okay.
And the A equals 8.
Okay.
Then I just set 14 plus 8 equals L. And then the L equals 22.
Okay.
Now
Now then, wait a minute. Did you hear what I said about using a letter for the unknown?
yes, but I'm confused. 7 times 7. I mean, 7 times 2 is still 14. She did it twice and she got 8.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm glad that you caught that because I was going to ask if anybody caught it. So what should this be?
You should erase the times plus. You put the times and the 1, times and the 2 and put a plus 1.
You could do a +1 or you could do, how much are the child tickets?
They're 4.
Oh, I meant 4.
Good. Good, good, good. So this is one way to solve it, and then she got her answer as 22. So if we were to write this as an answer, we would say it cost Noah's family $22 to go on the canoe rides. What is another way someone worked this?
I put 7 plus 7 equals 14. And then at 14, I stacked it up plus 8, and I got 22.
Okay, where did your 8 come from? Hmm? The 7 and the 1? Okay, but what is the 8 for? Okay, but how did you know you needed to add 8? What information did you use to add 8? Okay, how much is each child's ticket? Right. So you could have said 4 plus 4, because there's 2 child's tickets, right? Equals 8. And then 14 plus 8 equals 22. Right? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Please stop. Justin.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you did your 7 plus 7. And then you got that equals 14. And then you added 14 plus 4, which was 18. And then you took your 18 and added another 4. So you added all your children's stuff separately. Okay, now I want to show y'all another way that would work, that works with one of the properties y'all went over yesterday. Okay? So this is how I would set it up and work it. It would be a lot easier. So we talked, y'all talked about the distributive property yesterday, right? And to distribute means that you take one number and you apply it to multiple numbers, right? Okay, so this is how I would have set this problem up. How many adult tickets do we need?
2.
Okay. How many children's tickets do we need? 2. Okay. How much are adult tickets? How much do they cost?
7.
Okay. And how much do children's tickets cost? 4. This is how I would have set it up, because you have 2 of each. And so when you have parentheses, y'all know what that means when you have a number next to it?
That's what we did yesterday.
So what does that mean? You multiply it across, right? So when you have a number outside parentheses, you multiply it across, right? Now when you're doing your order of operations, what should you do first? Do y'all remember?
What you need to do is do the parentheses, the numbers inside the parentheses first.
Right.
And then do the number outside.
So what is the number in your parentheses? What does it add up to be?
11.
Good. And what does 2 times 11 equal?
Equals 22.
Does everyone understand how I just did that? I see a lot of people talking and writing on whiteboards and not looking. So does everyone understand how I got that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, with what time is left at this moment, I want each of you to work through the rest of the set problems. There are 2 more problems. If y'all want to work in pairs, that is fine with me. If y'all can work quietly, okay? Let's just keep it in pairs. I feel like if we get 4 in a group, then it's going to get too loud. Okay? Come on, right? It's okay. Just make sure you push it. Okay. Did y'all do problem number 3? We didn't do this one.
We're supposed to be doing it. Are we supposed to be doing that? Yes, because we just did the box.
So yes, go ahead and do the next 2 problems.
Stuff has done
Because Annabelle, this isn't asking how much it costs. This is asking how many $5 bills does Noah's mom use to pay for the canoe rides?
This working.
No. What's 5 times 4? Okay, and it costs $22. So you can't subtract 22 from 20. So how many would you need? Why don't you, since you finished those, why don't you go sit at your desk and do that one for me? Okay? Hold on to that because we're going to go over it. Where's your answer? What's your answer? 2 cents? How many $5 bills does she use to pay for it?
Annabelle, you're working on your name next. You're working on your name after you finish that and get it correct.
Y'all be sure to do the problem on the back. It's a little tricky, so if we need to, we can work it together.
No.
So how many minutes do they have to wait for the fourth canoe ride? So if it leaves at 11:12, then the next ride would leave at 12.
Until
And then the second ride would leave at 11:30. And then the third ride would leave at. So if the third so if the fourth ride leaves at 11:45, how many minutes do they have to wait? If this is the does that make sense? We'll work that on the board. I figured it would be a little tricky. All right, y'all. Real quick. Has everyone had a chance to answer question number 2? Not yet? Okay. All right, if everyone will give me your attention. It looks like several of y'all are having trouble finding the time. I'm fixing to help y'all work through it. No, we're not going to skip it. We're going to work through it. Okay. All right, if everyone will give me your attention real quick, I'm going to help y'all work through number 3. I'm going to help y'all work through number 4. I'm sorry. I'm going to help y'all work through number 4, okay? So this question has to do with time. Noah's family wants to go on the 4th canoe ride of the day. It is now 11:38. How many minutes do they have to wait for the 4th ride? So what do we know about the canoe rides?
They leave every 15 minutes.
Okay, they leave every 15 minutes. And what else do we know? When does they start at 11? So if we start at 11 o'clock, what would be 15 minutes after 11?
11:15.
Okay, and what would be 15 minutes after 11:15?
11:30.
And what would be 15 minutes after 11:30?
45.
Good. Okay, so we know that the 4th canoe ride leaves at 11:45, right? Okay.
Please stop.
So, what time is it currently on the problem?
11:38.
Okay. So it's 11:38. It wants to know how many minutes they have to wait for the fourth canoe ride. So if it's 11:38 now, how would we find out how many minutes till 11:45? How would you figure it out?
I'll figure it out. I would put maybe 11:50. I'll make it 11:40 and then I'll add 5 to that and then 5 was 10.
Okay, so you would round up to your next friendly 10. So I'm going to put it on a number line so it's a little easier to see. So you would start at 11:38 and add 2 and get 11:40. And then you would add 5 because this is the time you know that they're leaving. So that was an easier. So you added 2 and then you added 5. And so how many total minutes is that they have to wait?
7.
Yes. So they wait 7 minutes for the next ride. Does everyone understand how we did this? Does anyone not understand? If you don't, I want to help you. Do you not understand how we did this? Do you understand how we did this one? Okay, that's all I need at the moment. So everyone understands number 4, how we did this. We added 15 on each of these to get to when the fourth ride left. And then we decided it was easiest to use a number line, add 2 and add 5 to get your 7 minutes, right? Okay, good. Did anybody have any questions about number 2? Or number 3 rather? Did everyone figure out you needed help with that one? Did anybody else need help with how to do number 2? Okay. So do we need to work number 3 on the board?
No.
Okay, what did y'all get for your answer for number 3? 5. 5. They needed 5 $5 bills. Who did not get 5?
I told her 5.
But that doesn't mean that she understood how you got 5.
I'll work it out with her.
I got it.
So you figured out how you get 5?
Well, here's what I did. I counted 5 times. I skipped counted by 5 until I got to 25.
Okay.
Then I minus 3 and it equals 20.
Right. So how many $5 bills? So you figured out how much money she had to use to get $3 and change, which was $25.
Yes.
But how many $5 bills does it take to make $25?
5.
Okay, good, because that's what your question is asking. How many $5 bills does it take to get $25? Did everyone understand that? Yeah? Okay. Now then, I want all